It's the shortest week of the year. It's December 21st. It gets dark at 5 p.m. It's also Christmas week, so before we get on to anything about the videos I want to make this week, I just want to make it very clear that Christmas, because it's going to be, Christmas time, the holidays, celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ, I will not be making a video on Christmas Eve. Okay, so the 24th and 25th, I will not be making a video, and I will not be making a video on January 1st and December 31st. So, just putting it out there, that's my goals. I'm going to be celebrating the holidays and kind of taking a breather and resting up a little bit because it's been a long, few months, and so I want to make sure that I'm rejuvenated and we can still catch up. So with that out of the way, happy holidays. If you don't celebrate Christmas, happy holidays. I want to talk about something that I kind of knew in the beginning of my real estate journey that I didn't think too much about in the beginning and early into my career, and it's working with buyers versus working with sellers. The saying always goes in real estate that acquiring listings is more preferred than working with a lot of buyers. And the reasoning being is because listings are a lot more leverageable, they're better for marketing, they don't take up as much of your time. So you've noticed, and I've said this previously in my other videos, that I've been falling off a lot on Instagram especially, and TikTok and Facebook. And that's because I haven't had as much time to do the social media, or let me put it in better words. I've been working with so many new clients that I haven't learned how to manage my time properly and actually make those videos. So a next skill I need to learn in my entrepreneurial journey is that I need to learn how to manage my time better. So then not only can I work with buyers and clients, but I can also make Instagram videos and social media videos in that process. So then I'm not, falling behind, because my 30-day view count for my Instagram is around 4,000. It used to be 20,000. Okay, so put that into perspective. That means 16,000 less views on my Instagram per month. So obviously we don't want that. I know that I want social media to be a highly leveraged lead generation tactic that I use. Okay, so that's not going to do. So the plan moving forward, starting tomorrow, how am I going to manage my time? And I'll be talking with my partner, my mentor, Kevin, on Tuesday to talk further about strategizing on that and how to manage my time. Sorry, my friend Irene's texting me. My back's feeling a lot better. She was just asking how it was going. I want to get to a point where I start working with more listings and sellers. Because right now, working with this many buyers is phenomenal, but it's only going to get me so far, and I can only handle so many buyers at once, right? So it's good for the future that I end up working with sellers and having that be mainly my lead gen. And that goes on to what I'm saying next. Since I'm going to be on a team with Kevin, the way it's going to work is that if he acquires any leads and sends them over to me, so if he ends up getting leads from Zillow and acquires them and then refers me to them, or they refer them to me, if I leave Kevin's team, all those leads are going back to him. So all the clients that I'm working with, Mike, Max, everybody, except for Vanessa, because I personally worked with her, those are going to go to Kevin. Okay, so that's something that I need to think about, is maybe a couple years down the road where I really start to think about building my own team, I need to find a way to lead generate. And lead generation is still as important as it was before I've acquired Zillow leads. And mentally, I'm not there to fully realize that, but it's something that needs to be seen and believed, because it's the truth. Because if I leave Kevin's team, which I will eventually to make my own team, I'm not going to be on Kevin's team forever, I need to learn how to lead generate properly. And a part of that is managing time. So everything kind of goes in full circle. You know what I mean? So that is something that's on my agenda, without a doubt. We're getting a lot of stuff done as far as talking, and it's only 4.5 minutes. These videos used to go on for an extremely long time. Maybe I should talk about more stuff, but I don't know. Last thing I wanted to talk about is my YouTube channel idea. And you guys know this. I've been wanting to make a YouTube channel, other than this one, obviously, for quite some time. I actually had a YouTube channel idea. I had the banner, I had the description, and everything laid out like at the end of October. And my editor, or my former YouTube editor for my self-improvement channel, super great guy, super nice, really good at editing. He's even in film school. So he's a really great guy. For some reason, when we would be talking about ideas for the YouTube channel and I presented to him what I thought the channel should be, he kind of disagreed with me, which is fine. You know, it's good to like talk about ideas, and we've always shared ideas. But I think the thing I started to get with him was I just felt like the stuff that he was offering or recommending me was just things that weren't authentic to me. And something that honestly didn't really catch my own interest. And I've kind of gotten to that point where instead of trying to just please everybody else and try to make the most like captivating content for just everybody or a specific audience, let me just make stuff that I want to make. And maybe this is bad advice, but let me just make stuff that's authentic to me, that someone down the road is going to end up seeing and liking. And if they like the stuff that I'm making and I'm fully authentic, then I know that they're loyal and committed. There's a shout out to, I don't know his name because it's in Arabic, but shout out to you for watching all my videos. It's honestly amazing, and it makes me really want to choreograph these videos better, edit them better, because if there's one committed person that I don't know personally that's watching these videos, that tells me that there's many people out there that might also be interested. And I just have to leverage that with editing, with cinematography, and, you know, scripting and everything. Not making it inauthentic, but just making it more organized, easier to watch. These videos are pretty raw, uncut, so it's kind of harder to go through. Anyways, I digress. I want to make videos that are authentic to me. I'm tired of the SEO stuff. I'm tired of like being the realtor YouTuber. I'm tired of a lot of stuff. I want to do the thing that I've always wanted to do with my life, and that is teach people what I've learned. And you've seen it on these videos, you know, building success in your 20s. I made like a 30-minute video talking about cracking the code to build wealth in your 20s. And I said that it's a long process. It's hard. It takes time. Not necessarily saying that you can't be an overnight success, but typically if it's less time for you to become successful, it's typically unsustainable. But anyways, I've made videos in the past about education, and I had an idea. What if I took my tripod up here, I drove to the office, I reserved the office room for about an hour, and I dressed up in a suit, put my tripod right next to a whiteboard, and just started like talking and teaching people as if I'm a teacher, writing stuff down, and just teaching what I've learned. Like teaching self-improvement stuff, teaching business, real estate, teaching building success in your 20s, building success in your teens, like stuff that I just think is going to help people. And, you know, it might be a little unorganized. Maybe some people don't like that. You know, maybe some people like the entertainment. They like laughing, and they like, not to say my stuff can't be funny. It's just, it's not funny if I'm saying funny. You know what I mean? Like, I got to be authentic to it. But I'm sure some people maybe like comedy, or they like some sort of entertainment. You know what I mean? That's just not who I am. Like, my authentic stuff on the camera is sharing what I've been doing and teaching you what I've learned. That's just who I am. And that's why I volunteered at my alma mater, my high school, to teach 16, 17-year-old kids what I do for work, because I didn't know what a realtor was when I was 17, 18, 19, 20. Like, I did, like, what's a real estate agent? Like, what is this? Like, what do they even do? You know what I mean? So I didn't even know what that opportunity was. So that's why I just think there's so many things that I feel like I could share to people that maybe were in the same position as me. And, you know, there's a lot of bad people out there. I mean, let's be honest. Let's say my advice is the best. I don't think I like to think that the stuff I give out is decent. It's obviously, you know, I'm not there where I want to be yet. But there's some people out there like grifters and stuff who like paywall their information, which I think is crazy, unless it's like a coaching or like an actual class, like in person. But they'll put it on a paywall. They'll like do a lot of like sketchy stuff, and it's like, let's just do this. Let me be professional, because most of these people are not because of authenticity. No, let's throw that away. Let's be professional. Let's be real. Let's get a marker board, like bigger than that one. Obviously, it's going to be like an actual school whiteboard, and just write shit down. I'll have an idea. Be like, all right, guys, today we're going to be talking about, you know, saving money. We're going to be talking about building good habits. Today we're going to be talking about breaking bad habits. Today we're going to be talking about social skills, which sounds funny, but truth be told, my generation, Gen Z, has a hard time with social stuff, whether that be through video games or whatever. And, I read enough books in the past where I feel like if I don't implement them perfectly, I can still teach them to you. And there's a lot of books sitting right there. And my roommate also has books that I could possibly read, which would, I think make it better to teach you guys what I'm learning. And it also keeps me accountable. If I'm accountable, then, the videos have to be authentic. Anyways, I'm starting to lose my train of thought. Tomorrow, the plan is I got to speak with one of my new buyers. I signed one new buyer today. I'm in the verge of signing another one, and then I have to call my other buyer because of a lending process, and he's having a hard time getting pre-approved, and his credit is interesting, so we're gonna have to have a call about that, and he needs to move within a month, so we need to talk about all right, what's the next plan? Are we gonna rent again? What's this gonna look like? Maybe I'll feed it through ChatGPT or something. I'll ask Kevin. Excuse me. And then I'd like to make a video tomorrow. I think that'd be fun. I think that's it, guys. Have a happy holidays. I should be making a video tomorrow. So. Alright, guys. I'll do it. I'll see you guys on the next video. Good night, guys. Take care.